Hi everyone. Oh, hold on. Oh my goodness. It's a little loud. That's a little loud. Hello everyone. Welcome in. How you doing? Hi. The Darkest Wave. Congrats on the first. Also Scar. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing good today. Yo, this music that I have discovered, this music channel has the prettiest freaking music that I have ever heard. Such a nice keyboard. Thank you. Although this is falling apart, and also this lost an ear, but you know, we're my mouse is, everything's dying, but also it's pretty, so I agree. It's all strawberries. I do think I need to clean it. Don't look too closely. There's fur. Welcome in. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. I had a really busy Wednesday. All my own fault, aka I decided to be busy. I went to the gym, I did a lot of errands, I did a lot of chores that I put off. I still really need to mow the lawn tomorrow, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do that tomorrow. That ring is fat and juicy. Which one? I have a lot. I do wear a... You know what's so crazy? This is me holding back. This is me holding back. I chose my most tame rings. These are... This one? Because this one's made out of silverware. Actually, 3 of these rings that I'm wearing are made out of silverware. So if you can tell, that's made out of a spoon handle. Yeah, I like rings. I have a lot of rings. I was actually wearing, these are like my most tame rings, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be on stream, so you got the 10 rings, the man, no, tame. These are my these are my most tame rings, because I tend to wear a lot of rings in general. Hi Gemma, welcome in. How you doing? It was like, I wish, Biel was like, I can paint your nails for it, and I was like, no, because I'm gonna start work next week, and I can't wear nail polish, and I don't have the most girly hands, but it is what it is. We'll never see her. Come in. Hi Fata, welcome in. How you doing? Hello. I feel like it's been a minute since I've done these. If you guys have never been to one of my hand cam streams before, usually they're really chill. I'm either gonna be doing like flower pressing or writing poetry, or I don't know if I've tried other things yet. Arts and crafts usually. I know it's very boring, but you get to hear me yap in the process. I did write some new poems, so you get to hear those. I'll get to share those with you without having to do the redeem. I've been writing a few. Some of them are kind of cool, some of them are kind of sad. That's just how poetry goes, I think. So yeah, I just need to find, I'll have to figure out, I think I've got four, maybe 5 poems that I have not written, that I've written since. We'll see. I haven't been writing as much as I wish I did, but I've been busy and haven't had the motivation. So what is that emoji? Salute? Yeah, it's salute emoji, which I use a lot, you know, just with regular texting. So is the music good, by the way? I do want it to be a little bit more chill today, so it looks like an onion on your side. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, pineapple. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh my god, with the lights on, I can't believe this started ripping. I feel like I only got this like last year, but I do use it every day for my wrist, so you be spamming that emoji? Yeah, I wish I had like a toggle for my actual model to do a salute, because that would be very nice, but alas, I do not. That'd be, I don't know how they would do it, but it'd be really cool, wouldn't it? But yeah, happy Wednesday. Have you guys had anything fun happen this week? Anything cool? Anything exciting? Oh, wait, hold on. I don't need this anymore. Delete. Oh! Hey. You wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi, you little brat? Come here. Oh my god, you're so freaking heavy. Guys, say hello. Are we gonna face reveal? Well, paw reveal. Paw reveal. Hold on. Paw reveal. Oh my god. Look at the paw. It's a Jimbo. You wanna say hi, Jimbo? She was a furry all along. It's crazy. That's Jimbo, who you know, look at his little mitts. Look at his little mittens. He's like, release me. Why have you left me here? I don't know if I can show you his toe. Oh yeah, look. Those are his toe beans. She's got some little pink toe beans and black toe beans. You got the best of both worlds. Hi, Roald. Welcome in. How you doing? I could sit here playing with his paws for an hour. I'm not gonna lie. Force him to be the star every time he goes near the PC. So true. So true. I don't... You can see, like... There's his little face. You can see the slow blinking. He does not mind where he's at. Hi, Lila. Welcome in. How you doing? He's crashing the party today. If it gets really bad, I will remove him from the office, but I guess he's here for now until we start writing, and then he'll have to get out of the way because I need to write. Yeah, that's Jimbo. I don't know how many of you guys know where Jimbo's name is from. I know I've explained it a few times. Jimbo is the nickname of James Pleiades Hawkins from Treasure Planet, which you guys don't know. That is my all-time favorite movie. I love it so much. I've watched it so much I could probably quote it almost word for word. And Jimbo's the main character. James Pleiades Hawkins. So when he gets in big trouble, James Pleiades Hawkins is his full name. Yeah. But you can look at his paws. I love looking at his paws. You've been calling him Jim Bob? You can call him Jim Bob if you want. I call him Gremlin. Oh, my baby. Don't look at me like that. Oh, precious. Oh. You can call him whatever you want. I don't care. Call him Gremlin. Little troublemaker. James Pleiades. Remote thief. Yeah, he's been stealing my shoes. He steals a lot of stuff. Whoa, Bubba's paws. Hi, the potato. It's my paws. Yeah, no, it's Jimbo's paws. As you can look at that. Look at that. Well. Welcome in. That family with 1 million kids. Ooh. Eh? Hi, Detroit. Welcome in. How you doing? Hello. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Shall I release you? This is what you get, though. It's what you get. Okay. Off you go. Hey, bye-bye, Jimbo. Thank you for the hydrate in this stretch. The Dugars. That's it. I will never call him Jim Bob again. Ugh, I got his fur all over me. Ugh, my god. You know what? Since we're here, you guys want to see what I got at the anime convention? Now that you're able to see it, look, check out my stickers. Check out my stickers. Number 1. I know, it's so good. I know, right? Isn't it so good? Kiss me, gay boy. That pairs with hold on. That pairs with this one. If you guys don't know who Fide is, one of my favorite ships. Look at these two. They're so cute. Kiss me, gay boy. Wait, it's upside down. Kiss me, gay boy. Yeah, these two. Wait, actually, I do actually have a Fide sticker as well. They gave it to me for free, which is so sweet of them. Oh, there it is. It's Pride. Do we get some BL collaging? I don't know if I should put these stickers in my poem journal. Like, I don't know if that'll mess with the vibes of the poem journal, or should I start a new journal just for my stickers? Because, like, I also have Jeff. He's so cute. Look at him. Look how adorable he is. Jeffrey! Jeff! And then I have this sticker. Because BL said it reminded her of me, which, you know, I don't know if I should take offense to that or not, but she did say it reminded her of me. So I got it. It does. What do you mean? What do you mean, Lynn? What do you mean it reminds? Why are you agreeing with her? I'm not a coward at all. And then I got I see it. You're not supposed to agree. And then I got a Tanaka, which I gasped so loudly when I saw this, because do you know how difficult it is to find any type of Tanaka merch? I got Tanaka. My cutie patootie. I love him so much. Okay, I'm gonna put this all back in here. Or I'm gonna put you back in here. I didn't get a ton at the convention, but I got some. And then the best purchase. Ow, I hit my mic. So sorry. Oh, it's very large. Look at this. It's a tote bag. It's a tote bag with Hytham and Kave. Isn't that so cute? I got it so fast. I was like, this is my big... I'm so sorry. I'm hitting the mic. Apologies. So sorry. Anyways, yeah. It looks like it would sound like you do when you have cuteness aggression. Really? Is that... What do I sound like when I have cuteness aggression? You didn't feel it through the mic, so pat pat. Okay. All right. I'm stalling. Oopsies. Very cute. Thank you. I love it so much. It's adorable to me. Okay. It's gonna move down back there. Oh, don't look at my arms. Oh my goodness. You do this really aggressive thing, but then it turns into this really cute blubbering. Do I? I was unaware of this. Okay. If you guys don't know, my poetry. It's been so long since we've done this. There's fur all over my desk now. So we've actually gotten kind of far in. Where are we at on this? Can you see that? Where's the camera? Yeah, so we've filled up all of these pages with my poems. Damn, I write a lot. I do write a lot. Okay. I have some stickers for some of these. I really liked this sticker pack that I got, and so they're added to a lot of them. These little ones. I don't have any stickers anymore. I need to get some. I don't know where though. Hi Nancy, welcome in. I got into zodiacs recently. Found out that I don't click with my brothers at all, according to them. Zodiacs, like the Chinese zodiac, or what? How does that work? Okay, so I need to check because there's this one poem that I'm not sure I've written yet. I write my poems in my phone. This is a relatively new one, so how many of you guys listen to poetry or write poetry or read poetry? I know I've talked about Hope is a Thing with Feathers a few times. That's one of my all-time favorite poems, but I also do really love The Highwayman. That's a really good one to listen to. Okay. I don't know if I've written this one down. Hold on. Words are pretty little things that capture our feelings. Because I would like to write that one down. Western zodiac signs. Oh. Like astrology, like Virgo and stuff. Leo, and I'm year of the dog and my sister's year of the rat. I made the joke that it matched her and she said you too. I'm year of the tiger, which I think is pretty cool. Like Gemini and one. This is making me realize my handwriting sucks. I have been told that I write like a typewriter. I don't think I wrote this one down, but I'm so paranoid that I did. Such a cute notebook. Thank you. I got it from Strawberry. No, I don't think I did. Okay, then I'm gonna start with this one. Everyone thinks their handwriting sucks. Some people do, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to put something here. DNA, are we not just lines of code? Strings of DNA pressed together to make us whole. I don't know what I would put here though. I want cool stickers though. One of my friends writing legit looks like a font style. I never bring myself to use new notebooks because I don't want to ruin them. Yeah, but like, doesn't it make you sad that a notebook sits somewhere never to be filled, never to have its, feelings expressed or its pages used? I don't know. It makes me even more sad that it would never be used. I'd rather it be filled with my writing and quote unquote ruined than to never be used at all. Whoa, isn't that profound? Okay, I'm gonna start with this one then. This one's a short one. We'll start short and sweet first. I lost your notebook in the move. Me? Points at myself. Me? Aw. Toko. Pen. Imagine if I had cute, like, little different colored. I just put my pen here and I'm like, where's my pen? That's gonna be my new mental mantra to help me use it. I used to feel that way about, like, not ruining things, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, just start it. Start it, because it's never gonna happen otherwise, My handwriting, the kind where even I can't read it after a day or two, that's crazy. I used to practice my handwriting a lot, and then I'm also just very particular, so. Your year of dragon. Oh, that's the best year, yo. I mean, that's just the coolest one, I think. Personally, I think. Okay, this is called, I also write sideways, so apologies in advance. I don't know why. I like to, though. Let me move my mic a little. I finally got around to learning cursive, so my handwriting looks a little better. I can't seem to write in a straight line, though. I mean, yeah, that can be difficult. I got a better pen that I enjoy. This music is so cute, though, isn't it? Oh my god, this pen is so much better. Probably doesn't help that until recently I hadn't written on paper in like 5 years. I try to like make sure that I'm writing like more and more because that's a fear of mine. Words are pretty. I love this pen. I feel like certain types of pen will affect my handwriting as well. Some are better than others. When the pen pens the way you want it to. Exactly. Good pen. 5-star Lunar DPS pen. Spent a little extra on it. I'll read it to you after I write it. I also used to feel like my handwriting had to be perfect as well before I wrote in something, or before I write in something. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? It's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay even if I have to cross something out, which I don't want to. But like, I'd rather just, it's proof of humanity. Imagine one of your friends or someone way later reads your notebook. They find it in like a forgotten crypt. Like, would you care? They just want to see that human emotion in there. So I don't think it really matters. I was forced cursive exclusively in elementary. Middle was allowed to use print in high school, so now my writing is a weird mix where I'm trying to write print, but I don't reliably lift my pen because of the cursive muscle memory. When you hit that one slant with pencil lead. The pen is better than my sword at writing, which obviously. Do you guys know the frayed pen is envy? Oh, this pen is so nice. It's the first time I've used it, and I really love it. I wish I could draw something here, like wings or something. I'm not confident in my drawing at all. Okay, this is the poem. It's a very short one. Words are pretty little things that capture our feelings and breathe them into the atmosphere. I don't remember the inspiration behind this. I think I was just like shower thoughts, you know, about how words can change so much or so little depending on how you write and how you say them. And you know, sometimes you write just for yourself and you breathe them into the atmosphere. I don't remember. I remember needing to write poems in school, and for those standards they were apparently intriguing, but I don't know if it was actually good or not. Poems don't have to be, I mean, unless you're trying to publish for a book, poems can just be for yourself. At least that's how I feel. I don't feel like my poems are particularly, you know, they're not going to be like publish worthy, but I write them for myself and I enjoy them, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's so much fur everywhere if you're seeing me doing this. Bubs, if I make Brando something, can I send it to you to gift to him? You'll see him sooner than I will. Sure. Yeah. Is it Pokemon? It's Pokemon, isn't it? Oh, have I shown you guys my rock? Look. Check out this rock. Okay. I know I sounded really autistic saying that, but let me show it to you. Look. You know why I like this rock? Look at the slant on this. Look how satisfying my thumb fits right here, and then you just rub a dub. It's like a worry stone or something. What do you call worry stone? Look how satisfying that is. It's like perfect for my thumb. Look at that. I fidget with this a lot on my desk. And also, give me that rock. It's my rock. That's a good rock, right? It's so satisfying. You see this little divot? That was there naturally. I didn't make that. Very natural, like just worry rock. Very satisfying. Oh, also the infamous giraffe that you guys always hear. The infamous giraffe. If you guys are wondering what that noise is, this is the noise. Look. That's the noise you guys are hearing. So when you hear this noise, it's that. I also have, I'm just showing you, it's show and tell. I'm showing you the stuff on my desk. Look. The little leopard gecko that Biel got me. He sits on my desk too. I don't know if I want to get a leopard gecko or a frog or something yet for my terrarium. Also, this one. I think Brando got me this. I don't remember. But that's me, you know, with my bubble butt. I imagined a bigger giraffe for some reason. Really? What does it do? The giraffe? It's just a fidget toy. It's just for me to fidget with. That's it. That would slay on rocks. I don't know if that's a real subreddit. I mean, there's a bone subreddit. Because I collect skulls occasionally. You know. I would draw something here. I don't know what to draw. but I'm scared, so I'm not going to. But hopefully that had enough time to dry. I hate it when things smear. Okay, that did have enough time to draw. What'd you think of the poem? Linkus, I'm gonna need you to chill. This is a chill stream, Link. Is it? Oh, it's because Jimbo's on your bed? Well, then move him. You're such a coward. A local lady made a trinket trade box and someone put a hagstone in and she dragged them on TikTok for leaving garbage. The person responded and I feel so bad. What's a hagstone? I've never heard of that. Or maybe I have. I'm not sure. Link, come here. Dog. Yeah, that's Link. If you do exclamation point Link, you'll see him. Hi Blue, welcome in. How you doing? Okay. Next poem. There he is. One day someone will acknowledge my poems. One day they will. They didn't like that one. That's okay. We'll go to the next one. I like this one. This one's just called Summer. Na, 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 na. I'm very bad at, you know, titles, so it's fine. I'll draw a little sun. Were you guys the type to draw the sun in the corner of your drawings when you were a kid? Or were you the type to draw it like right in the middle? I know it's Link unless you have another dog. Now, I'm sorry. I just like to remind people. is a rock that someone blesses with intention, manifestation, etc. It's like a totem practitioner's gift to share good omens. Oh my god, I love it when someone gives me a rock. Does that make me like a crow? I don't know. I'm loving the poems. I just have bricks for brains. No, you're good. I'm just... Sun in the corner. Corner sun meta. I feel like I was one of the only ones that like to draw the sun. I drew both, but I like to draw the sun like right in the center, you know? Thank you for the reminder. You're welcome. Not, you know, I just assume everyone is like, has bad memory just like me, you know? But thank you for remembering. Okay, let me write this one down before I get sidetracked again. This is why these are great though. Oh, hold on. You guys have to see me writing instead of me pulling it all the way to me. You messed up. No, I didn't. I'm good. Music is so relaxing. Oh my god. 90 stream streak, Blue. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Wow, that's crazy. I fell out of bed last night, so I'm lucky I don't have a concussion. Are you okay? Oh my god. Fancy. Also, Blue, thank you for the head pats. Oh my god, that's a long stream streak. I know. Holy, Vency, take care of yourself. Is your doggo? I have to remember. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I feel like sometimes I assume people know that who Link is, and then I'm like, wait, maybe they don't. He's just kind of infamous at this point. Do you know how many people stopped me? I brought Link with me to the convention, right? Because he's my service dog. And I high-key regret it because I was getting stopped, I kid you not, every 5 minutes for someone that was being like, oh my god, what breed is your dog? Oh my god, what kind of dog is he? Oh my god, he's such a good boy. Oh my god, what does he do? Blah, 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 blah. And they kept doing that. A lot of people asked to take pictures of him and stuff. And I was like, and I had to be kind, you know? I'm not going to be, even though BL is like, you could just ignore them. I was like, I can't do that. I can't ignore them. And so you get stuck in these conversations. But because of that, I had not one, not two, but 3 low-key creepy men come up to me and tell me their life stories, one of which was all up in my personal space, who was not very hygienic, and quite an older man. Someone asked me, one of the men asked me, like, was asking me about stuff, got close to me, and then asked for money afterwards, which was an experience. But yeah, they trauma dumped on me after that too, which was like, Shout out to the Bubba, she got hit by a bazooka. That's a great poem. I love that. I'm okay. It was just so weird. Were you having like a crazy dream or what? What does he do? Be a dog? No, he's a medical alert dog. He actually was alerting me yesterday at BL's house. It was her first time seeing him do his job. And then I was like real lightheaded afterwards. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't ignore him. Haha. I'll finish eventually. Oh, or like, I don't know, please read the doggo's vest and move on. Yeah, and if this is a big if I decide to bring him to any event next time, I don't know if I should make like a pop-up sign that says like, he's a smooth collie. No, you cannot pet him. No, you cannot take a picture of him. Please do not talk to him. But the odds of someone actually like reading all of that is still pretty low. I don't know. Whiting, welcome in. How you doing? Also, Ray, I didn't say hello. Hello, welcome in. She saw that he's not just an unemployed bum. Yeah. I do these a lot. How do you guys write double T's? Do you write like 2 lines and then like cross it together, or do you cross them separately? I don't know if I can fit this all in one line. It's okay. Oh, I like this poem a lot. Treat him like they're solo. Also, to answer your question, I was dreaming that I leapt through something, so I'm assuming my body followed suit. I could just imagine like, then falling off the bed. Oh man. I wonder if I can draw a cicada. I love cicadas. There's 2 R's in that. Are you guys ready for this poem? Are you ready? You cross them separately. Oh, see, I always do like that and then cross them together. Maybe because of cursive or something. You usually give up at that point. Double T is too hard. Is it really? Wait, let me look up a picture. I love cicadas so much. Shh, my keyboard's all the way over there. Cicada. I don't feel like they're too difficult to draw. Never mind. Do I draw with a pen? Seems difficult. But I don't have a pencil. Wing it. Like, ha, you get it? Let's wing it. I feel like the body is slightly too large, but that's all right. We winging it, you know? We winging it. And they have like these like little loopy circles on them. It's not accurate. It's not anatomically accurate. That's all right, guys. That's all right. I hope everyone enjoys this wonderful stream, and I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by, Dawn. I appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely day as well. Always appreciate when people stop by. You're taking time out of your day to visit little old me. I appreciate it. What's the butt look like? It's just striped. Okay. You know what? It's good enough, guys. They got like little bristles. Okay. Little bristles. Love my little cicada, guys. You like my you like my cicada? We'll have like legs in the back. The other ones are kind of covered. Oh my goodness gracious me. That scared me. Hi Mac, welcome in. How you doing? Hello, hello. Get your nose out of there. That's my cicada. 10 out of 10. That's actually so good. It's not, but thank you. I'll appreciate the glaze. Thank you very much. Okay, let me read the poem to you. It's such a silly little drawing. Sometimes you just gotta add a little bit of personality, right? Pretty Bubba drawing and poems. This makes me want to build a Bubba cottage and paralyze. It's just the vibes. Thank you. Did I say hello to Will? If not, welcome in, Will. Hello, hello. And then apparently I cricket in bed, which is just a way of saying you stim by moving your legs and feet in specific ways. I feel like sometimes I make random noises. But like, do you ever like wake yourself up when you sleep? I don't really snore. I think every once in a while because I have small nostrils. But I do feel like I make noises sometimes. Like a random like me. Random noises. I'm not sure. I'm okay. I've eaten too much food. I both over and under eat. I feel like lately because I'm adjusting to like a new diet and a new routine. I feel like I get full really fast now. Like everything's different. I don't know. All right, sorry. This poem is called Summer. Let me read it to you guys. On a hot summer day, sunlight filters through, dappled and bright. Little gemstones against a mottled green, while cicadas warble their merry tune. I love cicadas. I used to catch cicadas. There you go. Don't look too closely. It's a bad drawing. I used to catch cicadas, and me and my mom, we would dry them out on the mantle. My mom would line them up on the mantle of the fireplace, and we'd dry them out, and then we'd pin them in little bug boards, which I know sounds weird, but you have to consider that my mother's a biologist, okay? So she would always encourage us to go outside and look at all the pretty things, and we'd always catch a frog or two. She'd let us keep them for a night, feed them crickets, and then release them the next day, and just all of that. And so yeah, I don't know. I really love cicadas. When I was younger, I thought the sound of the cicadas was actually the trees talking to each other. I didn't know cicadas were a thing, but I'd always grown up with the sound of cicadas around me, so I just assumed it was the trees talking to each other. And then I found out later on that it's this little insect that makes the noises. Oh my! And I love them. They're kind of like, they can be kind of scary when you catch them like real up close. But yeah, we ate some Asian food, but because you both over and under eat, I had 3 bowls of white rice, a cup of miso, a plate of fried tofu cubes in sauce, teriyaki grilled chickens and salmon, 2 mochi ice cream, then 2 glasses of water. That's a lot of food. Just the 3 bowls of rice were already a lot. Oh my god. Dappled, mottled, gem imagery. I adore your word choice. That's so fairy card. Thank you. I appreciate it. You used to catch cicadas too. Little, those things are huge. Did you ever catch or like see the golden cicadas? Which I believe golden cicadas, from what I understand, they only come out every 7 years. I believe that the eggs are laid like underground or something. I'd have to research this. But golden cicadas were like a rare occurrence, and you could only see them like once every 7 years. Was that how it went? Golden cicadas. My keyboard's so far away. I think they're called. Well, it's saying something else. Everyone's making jokes about it. I can't. I don't remember. I just remember learning about this as a kid, but I don't actually know if it's true or not. Which is why I wanted to Google it, but I'm not sure. I actually don't know if that's real or not. What was your guys' like fondest summer memory? Like, of course, swimming after we get home from the farm, and then we'd immediately go swimming, and my mom would cut up like ice cold watermelon to give to us while we would leave the pool, and we would go and get the watermelon. It was like the best thing ever. I don't know, something about eating like fresh fruit right after you finish swimming or you spend all day in the sun is like the best feeling ever. And my mom would encourage us to go swimming after the farm. So we would just like change out of our stinky farm clothes directly into our swimsuits and then jump right into the water. And that was like an easy way to get us clean, because if we didn't go swimming, she would make us stand in front of the house and hose us down, clothes and all. Like, she would just hose down our jeans and stuff, and then we have to go sopping wet into the shower. That's what my mom did. So if we were able to go swimming, of course we would go swimming, because, you know, you spend like, you know, 8 to 12 hours at the farm, and then you're going home and you're stanky. And we got up to a lot of mischief at the farm as well, so I remember that. And Jung, it's Jung, long time no see. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. The thin crunchy Cheetos taste heavenly out of the pool. Thin crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos, yeah, but like if you get the water on your chip, then I feel like it tastes really weird. But honestly, any snack out of the pool was so yummy, wasn't it? But my favorite was always fruit. I think especially fresh watermelon or strawberries. Can't forget the strawberries, right? You gotta send you Hawkins cheesies. Oh, speaking of strawberries, guys, I spoiled myself today. I may have gotten myself a big old carton of strawberry milk. They were selling them. They don't usually. They were selling them. And I was like, I walked past it and I was like, no, I just need regular milk. And then I went to finish the rest of my grocery shopping. And I was about to go into the checkout line, and then I thought about it some more, and I ran back to the fridge and crafted myself a carton of strawberry milk to treat myself, because why not? Why not? I want my strawberry. You ate your kind? Don't think too much about it. Don't think, plants get their nutrients from everything, including their own kind, So, but I really love. I wonder if this one's gonna be good, because the best strawberry milk I've ever had was in South Korea, and I would get a little carton every day at the local convenience store. I would get like a thing of onigiri, and then I would get a tiny carton of strawberry milk, and that strawberry milk in Korea was so freaking good. So strawberries are the best fruit. Oh freaking god, they are. Yes, they are. I agree, they definitely are. I love strawberries. I could talk about my summer memories a lot. I do, obviously. That's why I wrote a poem about it. But like the best memories I have of summertime, aside from the farm, I used to sleep on top of the haystacks. You're not supposed to do that. We used to have a huge barn where we'd stack the hay all the way to the ceiling, and I'd climb to the top of it and sleep at the very top of the haystacks and look at the sparrow nests that were in the rafters, and then just fall asleep, because usually the barns had a bunch of fans in them, and so the sound of the fans combined with the chirping, combined with the hay, best naps you'll ever have. I loved that. And then also, of course, taking naps under I take a lot of naps, but I would lie under the trees and look up at the leaves and the sunlight filtering through, and that's kind of where this poem came from. Just reminded me of summer, that's all. I don't think I've ever seen strawberry milk. Like, we can make it with drink mix, but I've never seen it sold. Yeah, they're not very common. I saw it, so that's why I got it when I saw it being sold. It was really cool. Yeah. I remember eating Scooby-Doo fruit snacks and watching TV one day when my family was waiting for my dad to get home so we could go swimming. We would also take my dad fishing the Saturday before Father's Day. We took a lot of road trips, family vacations. We would eat my mom and dad's home-grilled hamburgers on the back patio. I would go to the local movie game store with my siblings. I have a lot of beautiful summer memories. Yeah, as much as I don't like the summer heat, I will say I do have a lot of good summer memories. Just with family and like friends, and well, maybe not friends. I didn't have a lot of friends, but I had a lot of family, so I did have a lot of good memories for that. We slept on trampolines, good childhood time. Oh, we never had a trampoline, but I remember my neighbor had one, and occasionally we would go there and play on the trampoline. I feel like fruit negatively affects my gut lately. Wondering how much crap they must be putting on them to make fruit a negative. It's possible. I mean, do you soak your fruit? Do you wash your fruit afterwards? But it's also possible if sometimes this happens if you eat too much of like junk food, for example, or oily food. Your body can go into like a little bit of a shock. Having healthy food again just takes a little time to adjust. Or yeah, if you don't wash your fruits and stuff. But it shouldn't be negative affecting you unless you're getting like allergic to something, and that would be worrisome. No, my little cicada that I tried to draw, it's, I did my best. I did my very best, and that's all that matters. A lot of these poems are short. I don't think I wrote very many. I think I only have like 5. That's okay. This one's called Humidity. So this is a different part of the summertime, the humidity, which, it is what it is. Humidity. What if I draw little rain droplets? Like, these kind of just look like circles, but whatever. It's cute. It's fine. I like to do different, like, underline things for the title, if you guys haven't noticed. Just to add a little bit of whimsy to the journal. Imagine filling this whole thing up. I hope I do. I really hope I do. I haven't filled up these sides either. I was like, I could put stickers here, drawings, or what, but I don't know. I've got to admit, I lived the quintessential family life, imagining my shock as I grew up and realized that wasn't the norm. I grew up always thinking it was the norm. Imagine my shock when I realized the way I grew up wasn't the norm, including all the bad parts. I didn't know. I had no idea that some of the stuff I grew up with was in fact not the best, and some of the stuff I grew up with was amazing. I've realized now as I've moved to the East Coast that humidity has become a part of my daily life. It's nice because it makes my hair even curlier, but it's bad because it also makes it frizzier. So it's like it's a double-edged sword for me. Hi Brando, welcome in. I'm just writing some poems. I still feel like the music is too low. Is the music too low? Hello, princess. Hello, princess. We're just talking about our favorite summer memories. Do you have any good summer memories that you'd like to share? I feel like I should turn this up. I can't tell. Just like a tiny bit. Oh. There we go. Like, you got the best of both worlds. Life is truly unpredictable. Summer has some of my worst and best memories, but life is to be lived for the sake of the beautiful, right? So true. Almost dropped my bottle. Oh. Do you guys prefer the heat or the cold? Are you guys the type that gets cold easily or hot easily? I get cold easily, but I don't like the heat. I'd rather be cold than hot because at least you can warm up with the cold. You know, I got a heated blanket, but the heat, you're just dying. I'd say when I went to summer camp back in school, you loved that. Oh yeah, you have talked about that. Like really good memories. Summer camp, I've been to a few, and also hosted. I was like a camp counselor, not counselor, leader. I don't know what you call it. Once upon a time, but girls can be kind of snarky, you know, kind of scary. Prefer cold 100%. I overheat so easily. Both I like just right. The heat is like freaking Goldilocks. I like when the temperature is around 26 Celsius. I'm near the river, gentle breeze, and I can nap under a tree. Nothing is better than when you have a little bit of a breeze. Like, stagnant air is kind of the worst. I mean, okay, speaking of stagnant air, let me read the poem because I just finished writing it. The air hangs heavy, pressing against the skin, leaves barely shifting, as if the world has paused to listen. This is called Humidity. It's about the humidity. I can read it again if you'd like, but that's that poem. Yippee! I can handle humidity or heat as long as there's a breeze, but the second there's no breeze, it feels so stifling. I swear to God. it feels rough. You love that? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I wish I could draw like Didn't I write something about a willow tree? Oh my god, wait. I can add that one too. I did write something about a willow tree. I definitely did not add that in here. Oh my goodness gracious me. On God, California, dry ass, no wind, heat. Yeah, but like, imagine heat, humidity with no breeze. Then that's just sticking to you and no way to dry. I remember my family would go to the beach quite a bit. There was one day where there was a lovely sea breeze. The sun was just the right amount of warmth. The ocean waves were so satisfying, and I took a lovely nap on the warm sand. You know what's so funny? Is I love the ocean, but I'm not super fond of the beach. Like, it's the sand and the sun combo. I don't like sitting under the sun, to be fair. Like, as long as I have like an umbrella or stuff. But like, my family wasn't the type that had like the fancy, like, oh, like a beach umbrella or like your cute little bucket and stuff. We brought like spoons and disposable cups and plates, but we never had like the fancy stuff. I feel like now that I'm older, maybe I would like the beach more because I can get the fancy stuff. I can get my little umbrella and I can get like a nice beach towel and maybe it's better. I don't know. Hi, Tinny, welcome in. My gosh, yes, I remember the first time going myself and having saltwater taffy for the first time. Aww. I lived very close to the beach in California, so I was there quite often. I would actually go every Wednesday with my dog. Childhood dog. It's actually my sister's dog now. I would go to the beach because I lived about 10 minutes away after work and get a shawarma sandwich and sit on the pier with my legs dangling over and my dog would be on my lap. And I would do that every Wednesday. I did it for a while. Yeah. Saltwater taffy is so slept on. Also, hi, Tim. Saltwater taffy is good. I don't have taffy that often, though. It's not bad. I think I'm not like a huge candy person. I'm a chocolate person. I do love chocolate, but like not as huge on like candy. So glad I have like 5 beaches in my town, lots of shade because river. Yeah, I mean, California. That's all I'll say. See, now I have the urge to just draw on these. Wait. We lived more north, so our coasts were so cold. Oh, I see. Where is... Wait, have I written this one? That was written on the 29th, I think. Oh, this is a long one. Oh, this one's kind of personal. This one's kind of personal. Yeah, I definitely don't think I've written this one down. All right, get ready for a long one. I believe someone, I forgot who, it might have been Vency even, sorry to call you out. Someone really liked this poem. It's called Unseen. You were feeling it that day? Whenever my family would do yard work, I would grab my little Tinkerbell spiral notepad, take my family's Subway orders to go get lunch for them from the local Subway. They knew my order by heart there. It was my favorite job. That's so stinking cute. If this is what I'm thinking, it may have been me as well. Oh, maybe it was you, Lynn, not Vency. I knew it was someone, one of you guys. Yeah, this one was a kind of a personal one, but I do like it. It's gonna take me a while to write, so while I write, let me ask another question. What's a word that you have read constantly in books but realize you've been mispronouncing in real life? I will say probably vehement? I still don't know if it's pronounced correctly. Vehement? I use it a lot in writing, but I don't know if I've ever pronounced it correctly. So, there you go. I know I heard someone say niche today instead of niche. I've always pronounced it as niche, but I don't know which one's correct. I pronounced Persephone wrong for embarrassing a long time. Oh yeah, a lot of the Greek god names or stuff. Like I remember reading Percy Jackson, pronouncing it like Aphrodite. I thought it was Aphrodite. There's probably more that I mispronounced. Vehement? I usually pronounce it vehemently. Oh, vehement? Vehement? With the evidence and vehemently. Okay, but how do you pronounce it without the vehement? Oh my god, I've definitely been mispronouncing it then. To be fair, I swear I remember there being a cartoon character named Persephone from some show when I was a kid. It's highly possible. I've almost messed up. Oh my god, I almost messed up again. Okay, take it slow, Bubba. Take it easy. Hi Pancakes, welcome in. How you doing? Hello. I'm writing some poems right now, but while I'm writing, I was asking, are there any words that you've read in books and stuff that you realize you mispronounce in real life? I agree with niche being niche. Also, vehement is a hard word to pronounce regardless. I still am pronouncing it wrong, apparently. Vehemence? Seeing it, I was like, oh, but that's how you spell it, except no, it turns out not at all. Yeah. Flashback to my friend saying anemone as anemone? Vehemently? Niche? Vehemently. I see. Where's the bowling ball? It's at the gym, obviously. Hi, Crazy Mike. Welcome in. I used to say decal as decal. Is it not decal? It's supposed to be decal. Is it not? Everyone in my family says decal. I'm writing poems right now, but I was asking what words people mispronounced, even though they've read it constantly. Because I had to concentrate a little while I'm writing. I've never heard the H pronounced in it. Vehemently? Vehemently. Not so. You don't say the H at all? To be fair, that could be a regional thing. I've always said decal. How else are you going to say it? Decal? Declan? You said decal. Oh, I was going to say decal is how you say it, no? God, this is kind of an emotional poem now that I think about it. Well, you guys are gonna have to pay attention when I finish this poem because I want you to acknowledge it. I've done such a good job relearning, I forgot my mistake. Oh my god. So pronounce it like that. It's decal, no? Given that language is but a means of communication, as long as the other person understands or whatever their most popular pronunciation is correct. That's true. Everyone, all the French people saying like, it's not croissant, it's croissant. We can't do this again, not since I learned Brando says grocery. Grocery? Like how the frick else do you pronounce grocery? Like grocery bags. Lynn, grocery? Grocery. That's how you say it? I definitely say grocery as well. Who else says grocery versus grocery? Huh? Is that not how you pronounce it? That's what I'm saying. I feel like I can usually tell how English words are pronounced because I used phonics to figure out how words sound based on how they look. The generals of English language. Just another quirk of growing up. Deaf, hard of hearing. Also, to be fair, Sis kind of takes the cake for mispronunciation. No shade, I love that guy. Yeah, but the thing with English is there are some words that you can't use phonics to pronounce, and that's what I struggle with. Google's telling me decal is Canadian pronunciation. Maybe it was Canadian all along. You say that too. Grocery and grocery, you say both. Oh. Now we need to punish those who mispronounce with physical violence. You just pronounced it the same way both times. Grocery versus grocery? As a dyslexic person, I shan't participate in this game. I'm so sorry, Mike. Oh my god, you know what pisses me off? I like to use the EM dash in my writing. And apparently that's a sign of AI. And that pisses me off. Because whose writing was it trained on? Mine? Excuse me? How dare they? I told you this was a long poem. I told you it was. That strawberry is AI. Don't cancel me. I'm so sorry. I say grocery because I read gross as gross. No one ever corrected him apparently. Wait, what did I miss? Grocery. You had a friend who mispronounced almost every word he said. No one ever corrected him. Oh my god. I'm more of a grammar spelling nerd than I let on. It takes everything within me not to police people a lot of the time. Fun fact about me. Did you guys know that I was in the National Spelling Bee? I was actually second place in the National Spelling Bee. I shan't say when. And the reason why I got second place is because the girl I was up against, you know what word she got? Porcupine. You know what word I got? Moccasin. Tell me which one's easier. Okay? You tell me. Can you spell moccasin right now? How many C's are there and how many S's are in moccasin? That's a lot more difficult to figure out than freaking porcupine. I was so upset. I was so upset. God. Anyways, I got second place in the National Spelling Bee. So I was also a little bit of a word grammar nerd. What was the first one? Moccasin? Yeah, moccasin. Bubba's still salty. I am. Also, the M dash is proper grammar, not just AI. I know. She's smart. You know, sometimes. Okay, I did this at the perfect time. All right. I'm gonna need you guys to lock in for this one. This is a very important poem to me, kind of a very personal one. I did post this on Twitter, are you ready? I have finished. Part Native American, I had a lot of moccasins. Really? I think I had one or two because my mom was a teacher of Native American like history, but she lived not just with her arm but with her brains. I do have a Bachelor of Science. I have to be somewhat smart, you know? Just a little. I'm the grammar police. I'm trying to be polite though. Okay, are you ready? I don't know if you can read this, but I will read it. I will read it for you guys to look. I never would have known you ought to point stuff out more. Okay, this is a poem called Unseen, and I feel like maybe some of you guys can relate with this. Let me know if you do. You grow up feeling unseen, so you give everything instead, hoping one day it will be returned. You pour yourself into open hands, learn the shape of other people's needs, mistaking exhaustion for love. And still, some quiet part of you waits, not for repayment, but to be noticed at all. Yeah, this was the one. Yeah, it's a personal one for me. This is so beautiful and truly relatable. You feel unseen growing up, especially someone like me who grew up with 6 brothers and 2 sisters. I grew up constantly fighting for attention, and so I just spent my whole life trying to be the good girl and trying to do everything in my power to get noticed by my parents, by those around me. And I got told later on by my siblings that they thought I was kind of frustrating or annoying because it felt like I was trying to one up them all the time, when the reality is I just wanted attention. So it was like, yeah, I got like a B on a test, and then you come in with your A, and it's like, oh, you're trying to override my B. And I was like, no, because if I didn't, then I would never get noticed. It was kind of like, I mean, obviously my siblings don't hold anything against me. It was just kind of like conversations we had as we grew up that you realize these things. But it was like I did everything good, and I did everything like for my parents. Never really like did anything for myself because I just wanted to I wanted to be noticed. I wanted to be loved, right? So that's why I wrote it. And now that I live alone and I have my own life, I'm slowly but surely growing into myself and allowing myself to have my own interests and dress the way I want and do the things that I like. So, like, yeah, I'm not giving all of myself away anymore, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Oh, hi, Em. When'd you get here? Welcome in. Hello. But yeah, so that's why I wrote this. I think this was I think the line that resonated most to me was you give everything instead, hoping one day it will be returned. Because I do feel like I spend majority of my life giving and giving and giving, and people just take and take and take, and I never really felt like it was ever returned. I would spend so many years making everyone's birthdays perfect, for example, and never got anything in return. Not that it needed to be, but it would be nice to have a little bit of like some recognition, right? Or something. That's where my need to be praised comes from all the time. Like, did you notice? Did you notice? Did you see that? Did you notice? Please say you noticed. I need you to notice, please and thanks. Yep, that's where it came from. This one is for Bubba. We love our Berry for who she is. She's done so much and achieved so much, and it's beautiful to see her shine. Your worth is not tied to what you can do, but is rather inherent in your nature. Aw, thank you, Vinci. I appreciate it. Learning the shape of people's needs is the line that hits so deeply for me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least for me, I've learned what people want and need because I'm a very observant person, and so it's quite easy to figure out what someone wants and how to adjust and morph yourself into becoming someone that they will like, for lack of a better term, or giving them what they need, even if it means taking a part of myself and giving it to them instead. I don't know. I know, it was kind of sad. I told you this one was personal. This one's a little bit more personal. Okay, I definitely think I stopped there. So then... Did I take a picture of this one? You're proud. Thank you. Also, ads are happening in 3 minutes. So sorry about that. I don't think I took a picture. I don't think I wrote this one down. Okay, perfect. Oh, that one's dry. I used to use a lot of fitting the mold imagery myself, so it's just such a good way of phrasing the feeling. Every once in a while, my brain just like snaps, it clicks into place, and all of a sudden the words are wording and like, wow, I did that. I wrote that? Holy. Every once in a while it happens, you know? And sometimes that can be a good writer. It's kind of crazy. This is also a long one. Should I write a short one next? What do you think? Because this one was long. Do I want to write another short one? Or do I want to write another long one? What do we think? This one needs something. It needs something so badly. I don't know what, though. Up to you. I don't know. I don't know. I may as well. This is a really freaking long one. Sure. Why not? I will do this. This one's called Memories and Photograph. This one's also kind of personal. I feel like those who know me in real life especially know that I take a lot of photos. Gotta lurk, but keep going. These are great. Thank you. They know that I like to do photography as a hobby, or I used to before I lost my camera, or rather it got stolen. My life is just, you know, you feel me? I do love taking photos. I still do with my phone, but I do miss my my camera dearly. And part of the reason I take a lot of photographs, especially these days, is because I have a bad memory. My memory is going just because of my disability. So this poem is kind of explaining that. That's all. That's all there is to it. Do you guys like taking photos? Do you guys like being in photos? I definitely do not, and I feel like it's only gotten worse because of my body dysmorphia. But I do love taking photos of others. I love like making people look pretty in them. I love taking pictures of nature and of all the little things. But like, I really don't like the way I look in photos. You gotta show us your stream desk setup one of these days. Oh, it's somewhere. I could show you. Hold on, let me find it. You find people's setup super duper cool? Okay, then you're gonna like mine. There you go. Can we see this here? Hold on. I'm not gonna show it here. I'm gonna show it. I'll show it here real quick. Ah, shit. The ad break just started. I'll show it after. You hate the way you look in photos? Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll show it after. I'll show it after the ad break has ended because that's gonna take a little while. So I will start writing. I also agree. I feel like being photogenic is like not everything. A lot of people aren't photogenic, but at the same time, why do I feel so shitty when I see myself in photos, you know? I can feel so good about myself during the day, and then I see one picture of myself with that same outfit that I wore that day, and all of a sudden I hate everything. And then I just part of the beauty of poetry is its ability to connect via shared human experience of emotion. So having that part of yourself in your poems perfectly encapsulates that you are putting your truth and your experience out there. People can relate and share in that. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I want to share. I practically live inside of a Stream Deck ecosystem, so anytime I see anyone use them, they are so rad. But rolling through an ad real quick, yeah. I definitely don't prefer to see myself in photos, yeah. Part of the reason I always wear jackets even in the summer is because my arms are so thin. I have the opposite problem, I think. Where, you know, I work out a lot and I'm relatively muscular, but like I don't feel like they're sculpted enough right now. So that muscle on my arms especially, I feel like makes my arms just look big rather than sculpted. Like I don't look muscular, I just look rotund. Which I don't. I know I'm not, but I didn't know how to get rid of that body dysmorphia. There's something that I debated about sharing on stream for a while. I still don't know if I want to, but I've often heard that it's not possible to tell a good story without telling the truth. You can lie, but people can tell when you don't believe your own writing. I try to put a piece of myself in everything I write. I mean, at least in poems, they're all pulled from my own experience. So, my god, sorry, I got so quiet for a second because I got like real locked in. Anyways, I've already been really open about how disconnected I feel from my body, but that's me, and honestly, I'm working on it. It's a struggle I have every day, that's for sure. Some days I love it, and some days I hate it, and I don't know how to... I didn't have a chance to say it earlier, but those silverware rings are so cool. Oh, yeah. So actually, I have more. This one is made out of silverware. This one's made out of silverware. And also, this one's made out of silverware. You can see it. Yeah, I really love them. I got them all over. But these three in particular I got from a flea market in... Where are these ones from? These ones were from Minnesota. Flea market in Minnesota. There was a flea market right outside the hospital that I was staying at. It's a very long story. I was sick for a while. So I was staying at this hospital, and then my dad was like, there's a flea market outside. Like, we can probably walk around a little bit. Because I was allowed to walk around. I was. And so they're like, and so my dad took me to this flea market to cheer me up because I was in that hospital for like a week. Maybe more. I don't remember. And I was like, you know, obviously I was really sad. So he took me out, and then we found these rings, and I loved them. Yeah. I have a few more. Some of them from Hawaii. I know this one's from a very lovely man that made it in front of me in Jerusalem. So, Palestinian ring right here. Even though it's just a silver ring, it means a lot to me. All my rings have stories. All of my rings. This is the Celtic knot, right? I got this from a workmanship market in Chicago. So they were doing leather work and stuff too, but this guy made this like Celtic knot one. I think that's what it's called. I actually don't know. But yeah, all my rings have stories. At the very least, people can see the good in us that we may be too close to see. We're so back. Those are so cool. Oh, welcome back to me. You wanted to see my desk setup. Let me show you real quick. Probably sounds strange, but Bubba legitimately has beautiful hands. I notice when people have nice hands and Bubba's on the list. Really? I always thought my hands were too masculine. Here you go. Here you go. That's my desk setup if you were curious about it to me. There you go. So I got my my leopard gecko and Naxa PC and monitors. That's the thing that I'm using right now. Don't look too closely. It is duct taped. But yeah, that's my that's my desk setup. I do want to decorate the walls and stuff. I still haven't had the chance to because I'm still pretty new to this place when I moved. But yeah, it's so clean. Well, it's definitely dusty. You can't see all the cat fur and dust that's on my desk, but yeah. You want one of goodness gecko? Yeah. Anyways, that's my desk if you wanted to see it. To be forever. You like the puns? You like puns? Those are so cool. Puns? Oh, silverware. Ah, I get it. Naruhodo. Oh, I get it. I see. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta move my hair's still drying. I took a shower right before stream because I was at the gym. But yeah, I've got a crested gecko. My leopard gecko sadly passed away during the move, but I do want to get either another because I had a leopard gecko, right? Look at it, like this little guy. So I don't know if I want to get another leopard gecko, if I want to get something new entirely. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know. meowing? Why are you meowing? Can you guys hear? You guys hear Jimbo meowing? He stole Link's bed. Link has a massive bed right next to me, but Jimbo is the one sleeping on it. And Link doesn't know how to stand up for himself. You just like me for real. Are you just like me, Link? You just like me? I will say this completely from an objective standpoint. You are beautiful. Thank you. I do appreciate that, but I also have a hard time believing people. That's not to say I don't appreciate your compliment, but there are times when I'm like, they're just saying that to be nice. Like, how do you get in your brain that someone is genuinely complimenting you versus like just being nice, you know? Your leopard gecko had a P name, but now I can't remember. I don't think it was Plato. Plato was my old crested gecko who passed away like 2 years ago, and then Aristotle was my leopard gecko. So Plato was one of them, yeah. My partner used to own a ferret, but gosh, from the stories, they are so high maintenance. They're so cute. I used to have 2 ferrets. I had Mario and Bandit. Sadly, one passed away from leukemia, and the other we had to send to a new home when, you know, life happened and we couldn't keep him anymore. But I loved ferrets. Oh my god. You want a stoat? I would rather get a ferret. They're easier to care for. Hi, Chunky. Welcome in. That's what you're thinking of? You so want a stoat? What about pine martins? How do you feel about pine martins? Yeah, I think if my house was bigger, I'd probably get another ferret. I got to see some ferrets when I was in the city like 2 months ago with BL. Oh my god, I wanted to hold one so badly, but I felt like if I held it, then I would just take it home with me, and I needed to have some self-control. It's like I can't. Oh my god, I love ferrets so much. They're so cute. Did not know what that was at first, but looking at them almost immediately, they're so cute. Right, they're so adorable. They're so adorable. Yeah, but I'm still not sure. I don't know if I want a leopard gecko. Do I want to get like a Pac-Man frog? Do I want to get like a hognose snake, or maybe like an black African snake? Do I want to get a garter snake? I don't know. African house snakes are so cool too. I don't know what I want. I'm gonna be waiting obviously till I have like the proper amount of money to care for it, but we start next week, so sandwich. How do I spell sandwich? I don't know why I'm forgetting. Sandwiches. There we go. I want to stoat for how small they are, but gosh, I would freak out with them getting out and losing them for a bit. Oh my god, when I was in Africa, I got to see pygmy mongooses, like running around in the wild. And you know what a mongoose is? Mongooses are so cool because they actually hunt king cobras, and they are, I think they're immune to the venom, so they're really freaking badass. They hunt king cobras. They were pygmy mongoose like out in the wild in the area I was staying, and they're so freaking little. They don't look real. They're so cute. They're so adorable. Honestly, Bubba, it's totally okay. I know your brain may not let you internalize the compliments in the way they're meant. Mine does that to me too. While I haven't figured out the trick to fully internalizing compliments yet, I have learned that letting it exist rather than immediately dismissing it has helped me a little. Whatever the case, you can't dissuade me. No, I know. And part of me, I think part of the way I've learned to accept it is the way I see other women as genuinely so beautiful, and they talk about their own insecurities, and I'm like, I don't see it. Like, you're actually just so beautiful to me. Like, genuinely, I'm not just flattering you. And so I try to think of it that way, and hopefully that's the way people are complimenting me. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know. It's difficult. I would not have a mongoose. Nope, not in my lifetime. No, I would never have a pet mongoose, but I sure did like watching them. I thought they were really cute. It's a long poem. It's still going. Still going. That's literally how I feel about you when we talk. How does she not see it? Because it wasn't in my formative years, I was not called beautiful or pretty ever. And that gets to you as you're older, you know? I don't know if I can fit this all. Maybe. Well, F those people. It's difficult too. I think the most difficult part for me, I think, and this is gonna sound really messed up, in my last relationship, I was never, he never held my hand, right? And he never like touched me in any way. And I thought that was normal because it was my first relationship, right? G20. Yeah, I love these pens. They're so good. They're really, really good. And I thought that was normal. I thought, like, you know, it's normal. You know, why would he want to anyways? Like, that's just how it was for me. And so you can imagine that didn't really do a lot for my self-esteem to be in a relationship where he didn't really want to. Granted, you know, it was kind of a relationship of convenience, but that's just my brain. My brain thought it was normal, you know, to not be wanted or looked at in that way. So you can imagine that's how my that's just how my mental state was. I hate writing towards the bottom of a They are fire. I specifically bought these pens because I hated my old pens so much, but I feel like they make my handwriting look so good. Oh, I literally fit it on the last line. There we go. Woo! Okay. Had to go AFK right after my message because my nose started bleeding a bunch. My nose is so dried and cracked. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Do you have like a humidifier in any way that can help you? That was definitely not a you thing. Well, I'm glad that you can relate to me a little bit, Lynn, because yeah, that was, I mean, at least in like my first and only serious relationship, that was what happened to me. I was not wanted or loved in that way. It was kind of a relationship convenience, and I didn't know that wasn't normal. I didn't know it wasn't normal for the guy to not want to hold your hand or be like, he did want to be around me. He wanted to talk to me and stuff, but none of the other stuff. And the only time he ever held my hand was when we were meeting family and my mom forced him to. She was like, hold her hand for the picture, okay? And that was it. And then he let go of my hand immediately after. To this day, I don't know why. I don't know if he was just shy or trying to be proper, or if he genuinely did not like me. But that does something to a girl's confidence, you know? And so that's probably the reason why it's still hard for me to accept those types of compliments, because I was never told or made to feel that I was beautiful in any way. So I love the G207s or the Uniball gel points. I love a good pen. Yes, I'm glad you feel the same way. Yes, a good pen can do wonders just for your writing. Like, look, not to toot my own horn, but do you see this handwriting? Look at that. I like my handwriting. It satisfies me. The culture shock of realizing you're a touch-starved adult is startling. I never realized. Yeah. Oh, I said that to BL, and I was like, I think I'm touch-starved. She's like, you think, honey? You think? And I was like, yeah, don't make fun of me. I didn't know. And she's like, you're the one that's constantly thwarting it, though. I'm like, yeah, because it's like, do you know when you like want it really bad, but you don't know how to handle it? And so you're just like I'm like a cat, I swear to God. It's like I get overwhelmed, but at the same time I want it, but I'm overwhelmed. Like, and she's like, you're the only reason why. Like, you're the cause of your own problem. I'm like, I know, but I don't know how. Rain is over stim, but goes, but yeah, exactly. What I was gonna say is that a bunch of the isms we hear about being beautiful and stuff don't feel true because we're cautious of anything that seems too nice. I've learned that it benefits myself and others if I can try to be honest while still being tactful as I can. We know when something is sugar-coated, and unfortunately we are so exposed to criticisms that we tend to assume that that's the truth. But overly negative and overly positive filters are both untrue. It's hard to unlearn. Handwriting is so new and tidy. Thank you. Also, you do not have a humidifier. Oh, can you turn on your shower? Hot water and then just sit in there for a little bit? I do that sometimes. Or just fill a bowl with hot water and put your face over that for a little bit. BL reminding us both that we're the most unaware, self-aware people. That is such a good phrase. I feel like I'm so self-aware, but then there's sometimes where I'm like so unaware. Yeah. That's so true. You're right. I'm back. Sorry, my shoes are slicing my toe open. Oh, yikes. That's real shit. Okay, are you ready for this one? This one I think is very kind of personal. I don't know how many people can relate to this maybe. Because this has to do with kind of my memory loss and the reason why I take so many photographs. But let me read it to you guys anyways. This one for some reason doesn't feel as emotional to me because I feel like it's just a fact of life for me. All right. This one is called Memories and Photographs. My memory is fading, so I take pictures to capture the feelings. Not the moments, but how they lived in my chest. I photograph the toads I found, cool and still in my hands, the sandwiches I ate halfway through a laugh, and my cute dog caught between looking at me and the world he loves. One day I'll look back and feel something stir. Not the past exactly, but proof that I was there. Do you know how many pictures of toads I've taken on my walk? Because I used to catch a toad back in my old house. There were so many toads where I lived, and I would catch it and take a picture. I remember I took a picture and sent it to Sis, and he's like, why do you just randomly have a toad? And apparently him and Brando have never seen a toad out in the wild. And I was like, what do you mean? Nodding in agreement, toads, bleh. I'm sorry, Lynn. Avert your ears. I'm sorry. But yeah, so there's that poem. I do like this poem. I feel like it's kind of very matter of fact for me though. Yeah. I remember this one. What, they've never seen toads? Yeah, apparently. Or wild toads, I should say. And I feel like I catch them all the time, just going on a walk. I haven't seen any here yet where I've moved. Not on like the roads or anything, but maybe that'll change as the summer hits. I don't know. What'd the Mushroom Kingdom ever do to you? Lynn, are you afraid of like all frogs, or are you okay with like cartoon pictures of frogs and stuff like that? Sure, they're domesticated toads. Yeah. American toads are very common, especially like desert toads. They were very common in California. I saw them all the time. So real, because OMG, I've never put it into words, but yes, do you ever struggle with photos not being able to fully capture the feeling? Yes, but also I will take a random picture and only I will know the meaning of it, like a random hillside, and it's kind of like I take that picture because I remember how I felt about it. I know I took a picture once. You guys want to hear a story? This is when I was in Italy, and I did write this in the caption. So let me find the story for you guys because it's actually, I actually wrote it pretty well, and I'm glad I wrote this down. This is when I was in, I already told you. Okay. Is my name in here? I'll make sure I don't accidentally like, okay. All right. It's possible to be self-aware to a detriment, and being self-aware doesn't mean you're self-aware about everything, or else you would have the solution or have been able to do something about the issue. So this is why it can be helpful to get other points of view. Even if you don't accept them, it can be helpful to know the other POVs exist. And what's the phrase? Don't accept criticism from someone you wouldn't go to for advice. And I would even say that beyond that, just try not to. I need to learn that. I take criticism too personally sometimes. The more cartoon, the better. Realistic is worse. Ah, okay. So, okay. This is a story from when, this is not a story, this is like a journal entry from when I was in Italy. Okay, I have a story to tell, so I'll write it here before I forget. On our day off, Marta and I decided to explore the island a bit. Marta was one of the other research assistants I worked with. It was a cool night, a slight breeze rustling our clothes as we squeezed our way into a friend's car. Gaia was a local island resident, and she was driving us to Sorgetto along with a few volunteers from another program. We ordered pizza while we waited, and then the 10 of us hiked down 300 steps to reach the secluded beach of Sorgetto. It was engulfed by cliffs on both sides, lit only by the stars. The waters were warmed by the thermal vents that flowed from beneath the island. It was midnight when we finally arrived, and we crowded into a circle and ate our pizzas by the light of our phone. One of the volunteers was from Spain, and he played music on his guitar while we ate and swam in the relaxing waters. I fell asleep at one point, and when I woke, the full moon had crested the cliffside, accompanied by a single star. It was 2 a.m. when Marta and I made it back to the boat. Truly, it was a magical night indeed. I'm so glad I wrote down the specifics of this, and I need to do this more because specifically my memory is so bad. But like, I wrote the details of this night, and I can still remember it so vividly in my head, like that night. And I'm very glad that I wrote it down, and I need to journal more just because of that. Yeah, I definitely need to. I try not to let the weight of things be so heavy. I'm the biggest person who does this. Lately, I've been practicing letting things just be without assigning emotional or mental weight to it, and that has been a huge benefit. It exists, but it doesn't have to be everything or nothing. Yeah, as someone who's very anxious, I need to learn to let that happen to me too, especially when people say the very anxious, anxiety-inducing line of like, hey, can we talk? And then they don't talk, or they're like, okay, like, hey, can we talk? Oh, it doesn't have to be right now. We can talk in like an hour or two. I'm like, no, you better tell me right now, because my brain is going to spiral to every possible bad thing that could happen. And you got to tell me, you can't say that line and then expect me to wait, because that is the most anxiety-inducing line ever. I hate it so much. Oh my God. Bubba has the perfect storytelling soft voice. Thank you. Thank you. It's so enchanting. Yeah, you're so sweet. It's totally difficult to do. If it were easy, it wouldn't be an effort. This is true. I apparently did this to you the other day. I get stressed out. Don't say that line to people that are anxious, all right? Just a little note to you guys. Don't say that line if people are anxious. Oh man. But anyways, I hope you guys like that poem. I personally really love it. Sometimes I go through phases where my poetry is very flowery and like ethereal, and other times I feel like my poetry is very descriptive, where I'm talking about like the toads that I found and like my dog and my sandwich, and then other times it's like very ethereal. Yeah, gonna start going, can we talk, then like 5 hours later just saying, hi, I miss you. Rald, I will block you if you do that, and I'm not even kidding. You can't do that to me. It's not a joke to me, okay? I'm actually like a very, very anxious person. That's bad for my mental health. Please don't do that. I'm laughing, but I'm being serious. Such a vibe. It's lovely getting to go back through and see the stories you've captured through your poems. Thank you. I love doing them. I know they're not the most popular. Maybe not as many people want to be here in Yap, but I do appreciate the people that stick around and want to hear my stories with me, because I love doing them. They are such a vibe to me. I still have a few more to write, so. Should I have worn more delicate rings, maybe? Sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't wear. This is me taking it easy, though. My delicate rings. The next one, I might change the title of this. I might change this to Willow Tree. Yeah, maybe I will. Is this dry? I hope it's dry. I don't know. It's something that can be very cathartic. But I do think I need to start journaling more. Like just talking about my day and like the details. Because I'm so glad that I have that one journal entry. I wish I wrote more. Realize that the people who say we should be more straightforward are kind of right. If we all said what we meant, things would be way less confusing. I'm just really anxious and I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Yeah, I tend to sugarcoat I have learned to be more straightforward though. There are definitely times where I still like have anxiety spirals and I don't say anything, and then I just spiral and spiral and spiral until it finally gets to the point where I'm like, I gotta tell someone, I gotta vent because I'm going crazy. So shout out to those people that I have definitely vented to, but I'm trying to get better. Yeah, you like yap streams? Well, thank you for stopping by. I like yapping. I feel like I've missed yapping with you guys. I've been so busy and having a lot of collabs and stuff, which are fun, of course, but then it means that I can't have my one-on-one with you guys as much. But don't worry, we're gonna be having a lot of these soon. Well, I don't know about hand cams. Maybe once I can start doing my flower pressing again, which should start soon. I just need to get the Mod Podge? It's a specific glue that I get for flower pressing. Once I get that again, I don't need to add that to my throne. Sometimes I think about it and then I'm like, girl, just order it. But like, why is it so difficult to buy yourself things that aren't like super needed? If it's just like a little hobby or something, then I could wait. But I've been wanting to do it, but also like I can wait. Quick. Somehow one of the lessons I've taken away from watching Gundam is that communication and understanding would help avoid a lot of conflicts. I'm not shilling Gundam right now, just explaining where I got these lessons from. When it comes to work, I try to be as direct as possible, like especially because my job involves animals. I don't really sugarcoat it, but when it comes to like friendships and stuff, I'm a little bit bad at that, and it unfortunately has gotten to the point where, you know, I will allow myself to be uncomfortable for so long when it's like, you should have just communicated, you should have just said something. Sweats and impulsive purchases. I can't. I grew up very poor, and so it's still very difficult for me to justify spending money on things, especially for myself. I'm getting better, but I'm also right now also still kind of poor. And like, I need to afford rent right now, so one thing at a time. And I realized I still have my journal, my poetry thing, so I can at least do that for free. I just need to get Mod Podge, that's all. Low-key, the other week I thought, damn, I haven't heard about Bubba in a minute. Should I ask about her or wait, just chatting stream? And then immediately thought, new level of friendship insanity just dropped. You haven't heard about Bubba? What do you mean? I'm totally not scrolling through Temu because a friend mentioned deck boxes. Nope, no siree. I deleted Temu and like Romway off my phone because it is tempting, but I also don't like what is it called? Not fast shopping. What's it called? I don't like that type of shopping. Not really good for everyone involved. And I have thrift stores around me that I love thrifting. Oh my god, I live in the best possible area to go thrifting. It's so nice. So I guess impulsive buys whenever I go to the thrift store, but like it's cheap, so I don't feel that guilty about it. Especially if it's cash, right? The whole thing about life is that it's so wibbly wobbly and all over the board. Sometimes it's everything everywhere all at once, and sometimes it's nothing nowhere never. That's such a Venti, write that down. Save that. Write that in a journal for yourself. You should put, can we write this down? Venti, oh my god. I need you to like start that journal that you were afraid to start and put that as the very first page. That was, I really like that. I like the way you phrased that. Yeah, like I hadn't heard from you about your life. Oh, just because of the collabs and stuff, right? I mean, my life's been pretty chill, I think, because I gave my 2 weeks, and so I've had 2 weeks off, and then I start work next week. So yay. I don't know where I got my habit, since while I'm not terribly poor, my early life was definitely a bit on the low end. It could be, I mean, not everyone is like me, right? It could be because you were poor. Now you're like, oh, I'm able to buy the stuff that I want, and so now that's why you're buying a bunch of stuff. Whereas for me, I know what it's like. I don't mind not having the stuff if I can just be patient, because I know I can get it eventually. There's just different ways of thinking, I think. I think. If it's okay with you, I'll put it in the quotes channel so I don't forget, of course. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, Jeremy Bearimy bullshit. What? Yeah. I'm not saying Temu is like, if you shop from Temu, I'm not shaming you or anything. My mom shops from Temu like crazy. I just feel like for me, it makes me go down a rabbit hole. Then I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go to the thrift store. What if they scam me? Oh my god. DL, hi, welcome in everyone, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Bubbalicious. I'm a strawberry VTuber just doing my very best. Hands, welcome in. I don't know why BL is excited when she sees me in person all the time, but welcome in, welcome in. I am writing some poetry today. I write a lot of poems just in my phone, in my everyday life, and I'm just transferring them to my favorite little strawberry notebook. So that's all. How was the rest of your stream, BL? I know you were doing, was it Imaginarium? I'm pretty sure. I was so busy today that I only got to hop in towards the very end, but I hope your stream was good. But hands, yeah, hands. Poetry's so cool. Yeah, it is. If you want to see any of my poems, feel free to ask. I love talking about them. Does Quegs have a new name again? What? Did you try someone out? Twas good. I'm so bad at Riceley. Chat was yelling at me. How could you mess up my boy? How could you mess up with my boy? What was wrong with Ryersley? He's not difficult. It's like just do his normal attack chain and then a charge attack at the end. Hi, Rat Mama. But BL, if you do need to get some food, get some water, get some rest, do your thing. I know you usually have to go afterwards. Feel free to. Otherwise, feel free to chill out and yap and listen to my poems and yap. Honestly, it's like 30% writing the poem, and then like 10% talking about the poem, and then the rest of it, like 60%, is just me yapping. Yeah. Oh my god, such a cool and pretty mouse pad. Yeah, it's a lily pad. It's a lily pad, and then this is my keyboard. Strawberry keyboard, which I love. I love very much. I'm mostly blind and can't see his red aura to know when to charge. Oh, I don't even think I ever pay attention to the aura. I think I just charge after the chain because I count it in my head. You'd be the kind of knight that talks with his hands but forgets he's holding a dagger. I used to have my pocket knife on my desk, but I moved it because I felt like that was dangerous. Now I've got a rock. Now I got my little rock. Cutie cute. Yeah, cutie cute. Rolled always with the misclicks. Yeah, that's a rock. It's my rock. I got this when I was with M and BL, actually, on the riverbed. It's a very nice little rock. Bubba set up so pretty. Right now, it's covered in fluff. It's covered in cat fur and dust, but we're gonna pretend it is. Yeah, everything's a little bit of a mess right now. There's so much cleaning I gotta do before my mother comes to visit. Oh boy. To be fair, throwing hands is more fun than a dagger. A polearm, however, I've got both. I got daggers and polearms, and these hands. Yeah, a house ain't a house without cat hair and dust. That's true. There is a lot of when I was bringing my groceries in today, I had my front door open, which let in a lot of sunlight, and all of a sudden I could see all the fur collecting under my furniture, and I was like, wow, I think I need to vacuum. I didn't realize it was this bad. Oopsies. So we're gonna be doing some vacuuming. I gotta mow the lawn tomorrow, hopefully. I'm like, Bubba, you better do that. I'm not gonna go to the gym tomorrow because it's going to be the worst of my cramps day. And I'm just gonna mow the lawn. That's the only thing I have to make myself do, okay? One thing at a time, right? That's the big thing I need to do tomorrow. Just mow the lawn. Why is it so scary? I meant Rald, you Bubba would be the fairy spirit who keeps having their day interrupted and led astray by the main plot. That's so true. That's so true. Vacuum stream when? Trust me, you do not want that. Did you want me to come watch? You can if you'd like. Although I think I was supposed to have plans tomorrow, just online, but we'll see. I'll let you know, Bio. I don't want to make you come over and then like, I don't know. Maybe we could do that and like a quick lunch and then call it a day. I don't know. This is the inspirational mom quote you'll have over your door in 10 years. How many of you guys, did your guys' parents ever have like the live, laugh, love type quotes in their kitchen? I swear. My mom didn't have it, but my ex-stepmom did, and she was a toxic person, so I don't know. I guess that's what, anytime people have those quotes on their walls, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Where them hands at? Hi. Hi, Amaris. Are we all synced up? What is happening? I don't know, but it's, I went to the gym today. I did a light workout. I just did kettlebell workouts and like a core workout and like 30 minutes on the treadmill. So it was pretty light for me. I was still dying though. Your mom just had Bible verses. Oh, Joshi is that quote? Which one? Live, laugh, love. Your mom loves the inspirational quote tchotchkes. See, my mom doesn't. My mom's very, my mom wasn't really interested in interior design until relatively recently, you know, when we're no longer poor. So now she's starting to get into it, but she doesn't really have those quotes or anything. Most of my family interior design consisted of massive Persian rugs on the wall and a lot of Arabic calligraphy. So the quoted are more like work harder and even harder. Live, laugh, love or something. Check his Steam stuff when you play with him again. What? My mom the type to have random Buddha statues instead of quotes. I see. Your handwriting is so tiny. Yeah, I do. You want to see my handwriting? I do write kind of schmull. Yeah. I've been told I write like a typewriter. I meant, oh, speaking of, I need to get started on the next poem, don't I? I started a note on my phone called "Shit My Grandmother Says" because sometimes it's wild. I have a note on my phone that's all the stuff I hear at work. You want to hear some of them? They're pretty wild. I'd have to find it. Or maybe not. I like all your rings. Thank you. These are actually pretty tame compared to a lot of the rings I have. But this one, three of these, this one, and this one are all made out of silverware. Look, it's a spoon. It's the spoon handle that got turned into a ring, and I love it very much. I'm not to call myself the queen of thrifting, but this was from a flea market. Bubs has all the coolest jewelry. I do have a lot of jewelry. I do have a lot of jewelry. I think I have 3 jewelry boxes right now. Yeah, and I'm almost tempted to get a 4th. Can't count. Hello. One time on Mother's Day, she said she doesn't wear earrings because they make her feel like a hooker. No context, just a statement. Your mother sounds very cool. I'm gonna name this one. I'm gonna change the title on this one, I think. I'm gonna call this the Willow Tree. Yeah. I think we're gonna call this one the Willow Tree. Rings are pretty, but your nails are so well kept. You think they're well kept? I just keep them clean and trim short because my job is very physical and I don't want my nails dying. They're not like shaped or anything, which I'm sad about. I wish I could have pretty like girl nails that are shaped, but like I need a ring tour later offline. I can show you guys my rings. I can bring them over. I don't mind. No drama, quite like work drama. No, it's just because we work with animals, so some of the stuff we say is kind of crazy. That's your grandmother. Oh, you're so right about that. I wish I could keep mine that nice. They're literally, I don't do anything other than trim them and keep them clean. That's it. I don't do cuticle care. I wish I could. I wish I had the memory to do that, but I don't. Your mother definitely did not fall far from the tree. Can confirm I keep my nails short, but my skin feels a lot. Bubba has very healthy looking hands. No, when I was working the job as a ranger, my skin was peeling a lot because the chemicals were peeling my skin. I will say, if you're a nail biter or you use a lot of chemicals, it will cause your skin to peel a lot. Mine just healed. But the saliva, if you bite your nails, will cause your skin to peel. And so I make sure my nails are short so I'm not tempted to bite my nails, and also so they're clean for work. So my nails break all the time, so I started treatment, but people think I bite them from how bad they look. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thankfully, my nails are pretty strong. I drink a lot of milk. But yeah, I think as long as you don't overly fidget with them, they should be better. But for the longest time, literally, BL can tell you, my hands were looking unhealthy for a while. They're just now starting to heal. I still remember Bubba's story about having to put her hand up a cow's butt, and that's on me if I'm misremembering. No, you're right. You're right. It wasn't just one cow. It was 40. I was interning with a livestock vet, and one of the things you have to do in order to check if a cow is pregnant is palpate them. And the easiest way to do that is through their rectum. And so we had a big old plastic glove that reaches up to your shoulder, and you put your hand like this, and you stick it up their butt, and then you will feel above, through the rectum, through the spine, you can feel their uterus, and you can see if they're pregnant. So yes, I did do that. Do you obsessively pick at them? It may be what you're not doing rather than what you are doing. I used to. I had a very, very, very bad nail biting habit, a very bad picking habit. When I was younger, just because of my crazy anxiety, right? And so I did so much. I cut my nails short. That didn't work for a while. I tried press-ons. That worked a little bit. Anything that made my nails feel weird and like that I didn't want to do it. But rings actually helped me because I fidget a lot. And so having the rings to fidget with, having fidget toys like my little rock or my little giraffe, thank you, M, that helps me. Anything that helps me not think about my nails. Yeah. They looked a little freaky deaky, but they were cute still. Thank you, BL. You don't have to say they were cute. They are healed now, though. They look great now, so yippee. Such vivid explanation. Well, people want to know what it's like to work with animals. They think it's all sunshine and rainbows, when the reality is it's shit and pee. So, I used to bite my nails in an English class. There was probably a correlation now that I think about it. It's such a sensation thing. Yeah, the second that either like the skin is wonky or like the nail is just literally millimeters too long, it's like bad. Yeah, something I did too to prevent myself, you know, when you have those little bits of skin around your fingers, what I would do is take a nail clipper and trim those bits of skin as well, so I wouldn't be tempted to bite at it. Because the more you bite at those little bits, the more it's going to start peeling, because the saliva is going to start causing it to peel more. So in order to stop myself from trying to eat the, like, chew on those little, you know, skin bits, sorry for the TMI, but like, you know, I'm sure more people struggle with this than you think, is I would trim it with a nail trimmer, like trim it off, and that would make them short, and then I wouldn't, yeah, that's why saliva, it can be one of the reasons. Yeah, if you're constantly chewing at your nails, then it can cause them to peel. Yeah, that explains so much. Yeah. You gotta remember, saliva is used to like decompose things or like break down things, so it is breaking down your skin. Yep. I'm gonna start writing. I used to nervously pick the sides of my thumbs. Yeah. That can also, I mean, it's just like the constant picking will also cause. There's a lot of different reasons for it happening. For when I was working as a ranger, I was using a lot of chemicals, so it was just fucking up my hands. My nails have white clouds on them, and people think I paint my nails badly. I believe if they have the white clouds on them, it means you're deficient in some mineral or something. Isn't that right? I think it's like you're deficient in calcium or in iron or something. I believe that's what the white clouds mean. Left edge of my left thumbnail is a crater. Ouch. They'd be like raw all the time. This past year is the first time they aren't torn to shreds. Yeah. Yeah, constant picking will do that to you as well. I did not think of that and will be honestly try that if I need to. Been a chronic biter since a kid due to anxiety. Tried so much and it's like grr, but didn't think of that. Yeah. As someone who was also a chronic nail biter, I've tried so much, and now it's finally starting to heal better. Like the past few years, I would say the past 3 or 4 years, it's starting to be better for me, but my nails were fucked up for a long time. So I just keep them short from me, so I prevent any urge from trying to chew on them, and then I will trim down any of the excess skin, which thankfully doesn't happen as much anymore, but if it does, I will trim it down with nail clippers so that I'm not tempted to bite them. Sometimes it's conscious effort, though. It is conscious effort not to chew on them. And that is why I love wearing rings so much, because I can fidget with the rings instead. There's a lot of things I do just to get my mind off of biting my nails. Yep. It's like a compulsive thing to stop. Yeah. Yeah, it can be very, very difficult. I remember it always bothered me because my brother always had really dirty nails. He's not a nail biter. So I was always like, ugh, it's gross. But his nails were always so dirty. I mean, you know, we grew up on a farm and stuff, but for some reason his nails were always so dirty. And I'm talking about like when we were kids. Now grown up, you know, he's fine. But when we were kids, I remember his nails were just always dirty, and it grossed me out so much. I think I was just very much aware of my nails at all time. All right, this poem is written and complete. Yippee! I started to chew gum not to be tempted to bite on my nails, and it sure helps. Oh yeah, unfortunately gum sometimes makes me feel nauseous. I don't know why. I do like gum, but if I chew it for too long, it starts making me feel nauseous. I've heard that there's something in gum, and the reason why you can feel nauseous when you chew gum is because you're in the act of chewing, and your body is producing saliva. And so your body is starting to produce more acid in preparation to swallow, but you don't swallow the gum. So your body thinks you're about to eat, but you're not. And so it produces this extra acid in your stomach that can make you nauseous from chewing gum. And I think that's what's happening to me. You're also inhaling air. Yeah, probably. I just remember hearing about this from my grandfather. Because he doesn't really like gum. I like gum, though. If I chew it for too long, then I get nauseous. How many of you guys, like, part of the, you guys know I love gum because my name, Bubba, Hubba Bubba Bubble Gum, was one of the reasons. There was a lot of reasons for my name, let me say that, but I really love the watermelon and strawberry Hubba Bubba Bubble Gum. You chew gum for diet and it helps. I like the fruity ones, though. I like the fruity ones. The fruity ones are good. It's Pride Month. We love the fruity ones. Okay, let me read this poem to you guys. I wrote this poem because in my area, there's a lot of vultures everywhere. There's also a lot of vultures in BL's neighborhood. But anyways, I was on a walk, and there's a lot of pretty willow trees around here. And it was like right before a storm. And there were a lot of vultures hanging around on this willow tree. So I wrote a poem about it. Happy Pride. Yeah, happy Pride. Happy Pride, everyone. I know I said this before, but no matter who you are, what you identify as, you will always have a safe space here, as long as you yourself are committed to creating a safe space for other people too. But yes, happy Pride. None of me continues to dodge me. Why does your boy hate me? It's because he knows he's meant for me. My vultures are a neighborhood staple at this point. Yeah, so Bill, you will relate to this poem then. Let me read it to you. I called it The Willow Tree. The vultures perch upon the swooping willow tree. Its branches dip to kiss the river's skin. The evening holds its breath, and nothing moves but the wind. Yeah, I wrote this because I was near, technically it's not a river, but whatever. I was near a body of water, and I saw the willow tree full of vultures, and I had to write a poem about it because it was so odd to me. Very different to me. Thank you so much for the follow. Is it Misha or Mixasha? Misha? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, your vultures are even crazier than the ones around me, though, BL. They're pretty wild. Well, it was a river before humans intervened. Yes, true. True. Its branches dip to kiss the river's skin. I was very proud of that line, though. I'm not gonna lie. I liked that line a lot. I'm just pointing it out. Mixa is KS sound, so you are good. Oh, is it Misha or Mixa? Our bird staple is just freaking golden eagles up here. They be staring you down from your porch, and it was terrifying. Golden eagles are so cool. Actually, up in Illinois, my aunts, whenever I'd visit my aunt, she had golden eagles in her backyard, and I remember one landed on the lawn, and I was so excited. Because golden eagles are freaking cool, alright? That's not a bad staple to have. You got to raise one? Yeah, I mean, I've never raised a golden eagle, but I did get to work with a bald eagle, and he had an amputated leg, so he was obviously, you know, living in rehab with us. But a golden eagle, that's so cool. No, Misha, the other one was correct. Not many people get it that fast, so you are good. Oh, Mixa. Okay, gotcha. Yippee. But yeah, eagles are cool. Birds are cool. I love working with birds. I get to work with birds soon. I get to work with penguins. How exciting is that? Yippee! Okay, let me see. I think I'm getting close to the end of my poems. I think I've only written like 1 or 2 more. Okay, I've got 2 more poems left to write, I believe. Okay. Perfect. I have a way. Okay, I want to start this out like pretty, and then it turns like into it just yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wanted it to look like that. Perfect. Pretty thing. This is a poem that a lot of women might relate to, because I got told this a lot as well, which was not fun. But anyways, husband was there yesterday, saw the lemur, and he was like, OMG, that motherfucker was so cool. Not the penguin though, that's just a stinky bird, but I like that lemur. What does he mean, not the penguin? What? The lemurs are cool too, but the penguin's the best. What the freak? He met the baby penguin when they first got him and he was not impressed. What the frick is wrong with him? What the frick? Penguins are the best. And I'm not biased, okay? I'm not biased. We had an incident in our rural neighborhood where they had fallen out of their nest about 40 to 50 feet up on a stormy night. We had contacted a game warden on best play pertaining, as the fledgling was there for about 12 to 14 hours and the mama didn't come to get it, and gotten the A-OK to raise it until it was safe to release. You got to raise it fully? What? That's so cool. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I say S.C. Cooper, but like, I love eagles. I know I've raised eagles on my own, but still, it's cool. I don't know, he's just a man. Men. Very, very fitting that this is that I'm writing this poem, huh? I don't even know if there's any other animals I want to work with now. Like, this is my dream. So, like, I've kind of just... What do I do now? I've met my goal in life. I think I've read this one on stream before, but like you guys can hear it again. We named him Diesel, and once he was released, he would periodically fly back to our property line and guard our fence for like a few months until he moved on. Diesel's such a good name. That's so cute. You're so lucky. What an amazing experience you must have had. Penguins are cool. That isn't normally what a man says. No, he didn't say they were cool. He said he was not impressed by it. I love penguins. I love this music so much. And this pen. I love this pen so much. Especially emperor penguins, who can dislike them? Right? No, actually, emperor penguins aren't my favorite. I actually really love Magellan penguins and South African penguins. And they're very similar to each other, but you can tell the difference because Magellan penguins have 2 stripes on their chest, whereas South African penguins only have 1. And South African penguins have a little bit of pink around their eyes. Magellan penguins do not. And then it's also like location and stuff. What's cool about South African penguins is that, and Magellan as well, I forgot the location where Magellan penguins are fun. Let me see. But South African penguins, true to their name, they live in Africa, at the very southern tip of South Africa. And so they are not cold, like they're not adjusted to the cold, they're adjusted to the heat. Which is so funny because I remember a lot of the comments about the place I'm gonna work at were like, isn't it too hot for penguins to live here and blah blah blah. No, they're actually adjusted to the heat. But yeah, Magellan penguins are so cute. Oh, South America, okay. Yep, I was correct. Yippee. I love them so much. Sorry, I went into a little bit of a spiel there, but you know, I like them a lot. Penguins in general are just goofy. Aren't they just the cutest, silliest little things? I love them so much. 2 lines here. There are also penguins in Argentina. I believe that's the Magellan penguins, or Magellanic penguins technically, but I call them Magellan penguins. Goes to show education will go a long way there. Penguins don't live in hot climates. Some do. Some do. One of the most frustrating things that comes from working with animals, especially with wild animals and not just as a vet, is the amount of know-it-alls that will come in and tell you that you are abusing them, that you should release them back into the wild, that the way you're caring for them isn't correct, that, you know, that you're holding them against their will, yada yada yada. And I don't know the full story. It's so frustrating. The know-it-alls, like, have you worked here? No. Have you worked with animals? No. Do you know about proper animal care? No. Do you know that this is an animal that can't be released back into the wild? And if it is, it will just die. No. Like, it can be so frustrating sometimes. So frustrating. Animals can speak, so I respect every vet for diagnosing and treating animals. You know what's so crazy about... I was actually a pre-vet student. I was studying to be a veterinarian. But I decided halfway through that was something I didn't want to do because I was working as a vet tech and I was in the field and saw what vets did, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. And part of that decision for me was because vets have to study as much, if not more, than doctors do. And they have to pay the same amount, $400,000 to go to vet school, okay? And they're not just studying one or two bodies, right? You're studying the male and the human body. Anatomy is relatively the same. And yeah, it's detailed. The human body is detailed. Imagine having to do that, but with 300, 400, 500 different species. Imagine having to do that. But you're getting paid half the amount a doctor would. You start at 80K for a vet. You start at 100, maybe 200K for a doctor. Can you imagine having to do all that, not being treated with the same amount of respect, not getting paid as much? It is one of the most high suicide rate jobs out there. Can you imagine? So I was like, you know what? Peace out. I'm good. If I have to do this amount of studying, I want to do something I love. That's why I got my degree in wildlife conservation. Did I still have to do a lot of studying? Yeah, I had to do ornithology. What did I do? Ornithology, mammalogy, invertebrate zoology, herpetology, missing ichthyology, a lot of different things. Each of those classes I had to memorize around 200 species of animals plus their anatomy. You can imagine I don't remember a lot of it. There was so much information stuffed in my brain. Now I'm like, if I need to know, I'll look it up. I'll do the research and then, you know, I'll refamiliarize myself with it. But yeah, it's a lot. I had the most insane thing I heard when I was working out of state for a bit in the mountains. I genuinely had someone ask me, at what elevation do deer turn into elk? As a genuine 100% question. Well, you know, they say there are no dumb questions. How do they... Interesting. Yeah. Gee, Adelie penguins look so snooty. There's so many different types out there. Have you heard of a little penguin? I also got to see puffins for the first time in person when I was in Alaska. They may be my second favorite animal now. Puffins are very cute. Is it really that high of a rate? I can't believe that. That's morbid. Yeah. Because vets and vet techs are very disrespected in the field. They do a lot of work for low pay. I was working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Okay? And people aren't kind to you. The job is very stressful and very sad at times. So yeah, it is definitely a yeah, unfortunately, high mortality rate. Like a Pokemon evolution? That's crazy. One of the craziest things I ever experienced when I was in Africa, a lot of the locals didn't know the difference between a leopard and a tiger. I get not knowing the difference between a leopard and a cheetah. To me, they look completely different, but I understand if you don't. But to not know the difference between a leopard and a tiger, that's kind of wild to me. That's kind of wild to me. I don't know if this is all lined up. Oopsies. Is this lined up? I can't tell. I wish I was joking. The job I worked at the time had a ton of people coming in asking questions. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, part of my job is to answer those questions. And so I can't fault people. But sometimes I'm like, wow. Did you never read a book? Sorry, I'm quiet. I just want to finish this. Okay, it's done. Yippee! Some people in Africa, if I remember, can't tell the difference between a yellow, orange, and green. I think because they don't have names for some of the colors. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Wait, a yellow and a green orange? Are you talking about, like, limes versus lemons? Between yellow, orange, and green. Oh. I thought you were talking about the fruit. Between yellow, orange, and green colors. Oh, okay. Well, it's not that they can't tell the difference. It's that they don't have different names for it, right? Very fascinating. There was a lot of different languages just in the place that I was staying at. They had like a main language and then like a bunch of other like smaller languages that each tribe spoke, which is really fascinating to me. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this poem? I do really like this poem. I would appreciate if you guys gave it a listen. Ooh. I'm clicking a lot of things that I shouldn't. Oopsies. There isn't a word for green. If I remember, they just call it blue. Oh, I see. Okay. This poem is called Pretty Thing. Pretty thing, keep your mouth closed and smile some more. They say it lightly, as if it's kindness, as if silence were a gift they could hand out, as if a woman were something to be arranged, like flowers on a table, seen, not heard. But beneath the quiet, something resists, a voice pressing forward against the shape they made it for. I like this one. How many of you guys have listened to the song, Labor? All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, nymph, and a virgin, nurse, and a surgeon. That one unleashes like an ancient primal rage that I think a lot of women have. And I didn't write this poem because of that necessarily. I remember I had like some childhood memories where I was constantly told to smile. You know, I'm autistic and I have a resting bitch face, so I was always told like, you need to smile some more. I was told that by men and women alike constantly. And I remember thinking like, why do I need to smile for them? Well, you're making them uncomfortable. Why? I'm just here existing. You need to smile some more. Smile. I'm like, it pissed me off all the time. I never could understand why it mattered so much that me, you know, a 13-year-old girl had to smile in front of my relatives or in front of these men or yada yada. It always, anyway, so I wrote that kind of just that because I remembered that from my childhood. This is a good poem. Thank you. I do really like this one. Just because of that, and I do feel like a lot of women especially can relate to that. I have one last one that I'm gonna write before we end because I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. This one's also kind of personal. A lot of my poems are. I feel like at this point it should come as no surprise. Smiles are bad for face stretching. That's what I heard people told their daughters. So here is the opposite. Really? Yeah. No, where I'm from, at least I don't know why, but for my family especially, I was told to always smile more. Making people uncomfortable. You need to smile constantly, and it really annoyed me. Okay. This last one is kind of. This one's probably one of the most personal ones I've written so far. Okay. We all have what's called a Balkan stare here. Oh, okay. So you're not from America then, because in America, there is, you know, a lot of Americans are very friendly and they want to smile a lot. So, it's kind of the norm out here. Get this one. I like this one because I played around with different a different writing style.
I just mask being cordial with people. I see. Usually I would just keep to myself. I definitely say I'm more friendly now than I am when I was younger, but it's something that I had to learn. I definitely had to learn. Not from American. English is like my fourth language. Sorry if I type badly. No, don't worry about it. Trust me. I'm very good at deciphering, and your English is very good. I hope that doesn't come off rude in any way. I wouldn't have even guessed. I genuinely had no idea. Damn, my dyslexia. I better know it by now since I spoke from when I was 5. Generally, I don't like talking to people in public, but I can. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't like to, but if someone talks to me, then of course I'm gonna be friendly and nice. That's just how I am. The human eye has cones for blue, red, and green. So technically, yellow and orange are what happens when the red and green cones are stimulated simultaneously. We don't actually see yellow. Our brains make it up. What? You know, color stuff and light stuff is so wild to me. It's always a little crazy to me. Knowing several languages is really impressive. It is. Bro, I can barely speak English. I wish I knew another language. I'm always upset that my dad never taught me Arabic. So, technically, it totally makes sense for a culture to not have words for orange and yellow. That's really cool. Yeah, and what if they are, like, what if there are some cultures or some tribes out there that do just genetically have, like, color blindness for those colors? Very interesting. I don't know that I could even say I'm great with just my own. Aww. I just read that the other day about colors. I was so fascinated. Lately here, RGB screens show bananas and stuff. That's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. All right, last poem of the night. I know 7 for now and I'm learning more. You know 7? Mandarin is currently the bane of my existence as a language. If I can ask, what was your first language then that you grew up with? And then follow-up question, do you dream in that language, or do you dream in different languages? I always wonder, for people that are bilingual or know multiple languages, what language do you tend to dream in? Serbian. Oh, that's so cool. You dream in many languages, really? Huh. It's so interesting to me. Okay, the last poem. The last dandelion is all finished. Okay. This one is kind of something I noticed about myself that thankfully I'm working on, but I would say this is a not a fatal flaw, but this is a flaw of mine that I have. So let me read the title of this poem is called I'm Fine. I wonder how I'm gonna voice this. How do I voice this? Time to do a little bit of voice acting. I'm fine. I'm not. Everything's good. I'm falling apart. Tell me if you need help. I won't. Ask me what's wrong. I'll say nothing. Watch me disappear behind practiced smiles and well-rehearsed lies. Hi, Clemson, welcome in. Yeah, it's something that I'm very bad at. Ever asking for help, and if I am feeling bad, I'm not gonna say it. And only a few people in my life have really been able to see through it, unless I am acting. If you can, like, tell something's wrong with me, it's because I'm letting you. And the only people that have ever been able to see through that when I'm genuinely trying to hide it is my mother. And probably Potat. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like that's about it. Thank you for the head pats, Em. My mother's very good at seeing it. She can tell something's wrong just from the sound of my voice. But most of the time, no one else can really tell. Because I'm really good at hiding things. I have switched for languages. It takes a bit, but I fully convert to a language when I'm talking, even the accent. But my mother can do that instantly, so I'm always jealous of her language skill. Well, if you think about it, your mother probably has had a couple decades more experience than you have in this, so don't judge yourself too harshly. Don't judge yourself too harshly at all. Anyways, that is the last of my poems. I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the yapping and the poetry. I do love to write. Some of them are more personal. Some of them are just more fun. I'm gonna bookmark this here. I don't know why I have 2 bookmarks. I don't know why that's a thing. This has been so incredibly lovely. Oh, Bensi, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go get some food after this. Maybe watch another episode. My favorite of the newest anime I'm watching, which is called Demons of the Shadow Realm, and I do really enjoy it so far. We're getting pretty far in on this journal. Are we like halfway through now? Oh my god, just about. Oh my god. It seems so daunting, and then I realize how much I write, and then I'm like, wait, I can actually do this. I need to write some more poems, that's all. We don't even go to language school. We learn it because it's fun, and we can. Aww. Thanks for the yapping and poetry. Oh, you've been watching it. Do you like it? Alongside Marriage Toxin and Witch Hat. Okay, I'm watching Witch Hat. I want to start Marriage Toxin, but I haven't yet because I started Demons of the Shadow Realm. I really like Demons of the Shadow Realm so far. The story, it seems really cool. And also the art style is the same as Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So I may be biased, but I'm really liking it so far. So Witch Hat, of course, is Witch Hat. That, like, need I say any more? Witch Hat is so freaking good. And then Marriage Toxin, I do plan to start eventually. So you should watch Witch Hat. You should! It's so good! It's one of the only anime that I watch in English, dubbed, instead of Japanese. I don't like watching anime in anything but Japanese usually. But Witch Hat is so freaking good, and I like watching it in English. So, we'll say that. 10 out of 10, recommend. And then we close this. This book is like perfect because it's like, you know, at the end of like old cartoons and stuff, they would close the book and it's like, that's the end, and they lived happily ever after, and then you close it. There's that. The only thing I don't know that I like so far in Shadow of the Demon World is the odd sibling trope. Yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, dub, so it's gonna be like free run for me then. Maybe? This dub is so good that, I mean, all dubs are usually really good, but usually I just don't prefer it. But this one is just really freaking good, so yeah. We're gonna raid into my friend Mint. He is doing a, hold on, let me move my keyboard back. You watch free run and dub, which isn't usually the case since you learned Japanese a while back. Oh, got you. We're gonna be raiding into my friend Mint. He is doing a 24-hour stream, so I want to give him my support. Don't let him fall asleep, y'all. That is not correct. What am I doing? I'm typing it in the wrong place too. Hello? They did an odd release for Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. First 6 episodes released, then were split into 12 mini episodes. What? I haven't even heard of that one. Okay. Alright, y'all. I will be back on Friday. We're going to be doing a collab. It's going to be later at night, so keep that in mind. It's going to be 10 p.m. EST. So until then, stay sweet, be kind to someone you love, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.